Just before I fell on the ground, I heard a click. The pain was excruciating. So if you have children around you, don't let them see this. There are some graphic images that are quite disturbing. If you do not want to see it, please don't watch this video. Hi there, Jen is here. I know it's been a while since I last came on YouTube to share a story time and update on what's happening in my life. So, I think the last story time was done 2 years ago. That was when I was talking about life after lockdown. I think that was the last video. But since then a lot has happened. I can't really share from what's happened 2 years ago, but I can actually share what's happened this year because it's been a crazy year. I'm not sure whether to laugh or cry, but a lot of things has happened this year. For example, this year, I know you haven't been seeing much on me online. There's a lot of physical challenges and health challenges. One of it was I broke my ankle this year. So you can imagine the time frame it takes for me to recover and with all the physiotherapy, with just being on the couch, not able to doing any work. So I will share all that. I know it's been a lot that has happened. There are highs and there are many lows, but there are highs as well. So basically in May, I broke my ankle, and that was like a couple of days before Mother's Day. I went for my daughter's Mother's Day event at her kindergarten. And so they have a mother and daughter race where my daughter and I were kind of doing like standing side by side facing each other, and there's like a balloon in the middle of us, and we cannot actually hold the balloon, so we need to like support the balloon in between ourselves, me and her, without touching the balloon. So we would kind of like, we all have different, I think like 4 sets of mother and child, and we were racing towards the wall, and I really wanted to win. I was a bit competitive. I took off my shoes. I thought, maybe I could run fast. I could run fast that way, and I got a little bit too competitive. And I was trying to go get my daughter to run faster with me, but as soon as we reached the end of the wall, there was like a grass area where I kind of like took a wrong step, like a misstep, and I fell on my side. My daughter fell with me. Just before I fell on the ground, I heard a click, and I just fell down, and the pain was excruciating. I mean, seriously, it was the most painful thing I've ever felt in my life. The pain lasted for a minute or two. It was really, really painful. And I thought, like, maybe I've twisted my ankle, I tore a tendon or something like that. Well, I was on the ground for a few minutes. I couldn't even move, and I knew something wasn't right. But I never thought that I actually broke my ankle. And I did. Well, before that, the teachers tried to get me to comfort me, and, the parents were like, I think they are staying away, trying to give me some space. And they were going about with their daughter or their son doing some arts and crafts after that. But I was still sitting on the ground, and I was like, I kind of like spoiled the mood for everybody. And I feel so like, after that, nobody wanted to do the race already because of what happened to me. So I felt really, really bad. I really felt like I spoiled the whole event. But accidents do happen, right? Because I did the same race last year, and well, you can just imagine it wasn't very creative, so they repeat the same race, and I was fine last year, but this year I somehow just tripped and fell, broke my ankle, and then I was rushed to a teacher brought me to the A&E, and I called my husband. My husband met me there, and we went to the x-ray, and then he told me that I actually broke my ankle. I will also show you my x-rays and all that. So if you have children around you, don't let them see this. There are some graphic images on the x-ray, and it's not really nice to have a look. So there are some images that are quite disturbing. So if you do not want to see it, please don't watch this video. And also, if you have children around, please don't show it to them. Okay, it's kind of like it's kind of graphic. So he told me that I broke a fibula. Okay, so there's a thick bone and a thin bone. I broke the thin bone. So he said, luckily you broke that. If you broke the bigger one, it takes a longer time to heal. So I broke that and said that you probably will need to be in a cast for 6 weeks. Okay, fine. So I thought, okay, fine, I need to be in a cast. I'll get my cast done, 6 weeks, I'll be fine. Okay. After that, my husband and I went to the doctor to see what's happened. No. I'm so sorry. I think before I knew I broke my ankle, the person who did my x-rays told me that, oh, it doesn't look very good. You actually tore a ligament or something like that. He mentioned that. He never mentioned anything about broken bones or anything. So I was like, oh, great. Okay, I'll be probably in my cast for 6 weeks and I'll be fine, you know. And yeah, so I was a bit positive about that. I was like, oh, thank God, I didn't break anything. I went to the doctor. As soon as we sat down, and the doctor was already looking at my x-rays, and he turned around to look at us and say, yep, you broke your ankle. You need to go to the hospital right away to have your surgery right now. And my husband and I was shocked. I was especially shocked because I never expected that I actually broke my ankle. I mean, that guy should not actually say anything to us because he's not a doctor. He doesn't know how to, you know, read an x-ray as experienced doctor does. He says that you broke a fibula and there's a thin bone that's coming out like that, your ankle. And yeah, you need to go to have surgery. I said, do I need to put screws? And he said, yeah, most likely you need screws in your bones and all that. I was like so shocked. And I can't believe I actually broke my ankle. And rushed home, got my stuff. My husband picked up the kids, brought me to the hospital straight away. I was left alone. I was in the hospital alone because my husband, we do not have much like helpers to like help with the kids. So my husband had to do everything. I have to go alone in the hospital. Okay, it was fine. I don't really mind. Okay, but it's kind of sad because it would be nice to have some kind of like support person. My husband is the person who always is there for me, but at the same time we need to look after my 4 kids, right? We can't just leave them alone. Before I went to the hospital though, while waiting for my husband to pick up the kids before picking me up, I was in a waiting room crying. I was crying my eyes out. I was bawling my eyes out because I was like crying in shock. I felt like I'm gonna really trouble my husband. He has to do now all the pickups, all the drop-offs for the kids to go to school. I can't do anything. He has to help me, and he has to do. The pressure is on him, and he has to work a full-time job as well, right? So I was very, very upset. I was bawling my eyes out. You know, people were looking at me, but I didn't care at all because I was so devastated. I was in a state of shock and I just couldn't care less about who's looking at me. So when I was left in the hospital, they say that I have to have my surgery done. They said that, oh, you might need to fast. We'll probably do the surgery tonight. And then I had fasted. And then the next day, but then it didn't happen. So I had to break my fast again. Here's my hospital bed. This is my neighbor who's next door. I think she's an islander. And it's my bedside table. It's Mother's Day from the Mother's Day event. It's from Hannah. I actually had quite a nice view outside, and it's nice that they put me by the window So it's actually quite a spacious place, even though it's shared by 2 persons. And I just had my shower this morning. Yeah, doctor's gonna they cut open the cast this morning to check the swelling, so they are still not sure whether they're doing the operation today, but they are going to come back in an hour and then let me know whether the swelling has gone down and whether they are doing it today. So we'll keep you guys updated. The next day the doctor came and said that, oh yeah, you need to fast because you might do the surgery today. So I fasted again, about 13 to 16 hours, not eating from midnight onwards to the morning. And then they tell me it's not going to happen because of the log of people, the emergency people that coming through keeps cutting me, So my situation was not as dire compared to other people. And so I was like being pushed back. Just want to tell you that I'm doing okay. So basically, I'm not doing the surgery today because, as I mentioned, doctors has a full list of patients that he has to go through, and the urgent ones has to go first. So I'm kind of like pushed back. So I'm hoping tomorrow morning, or I don't have to wait too long. So I've broken my fast by having Peter actually came by earlier to see me, which was kind of nice because at least I get to see him for a bit before he goes back to mind the children. So we got Peter's aunt to mind the children while he comes to see me, so that's good. And just want to thank you for all your prayers. Keep them coming because I need some divine intervention for tomorrow. I hear there's a lot of risk in having a surgery, so I'm basically my ankle is broken. Okay, the part where it comes out like that, that part is broken, and the other side of the leg, the ligament has been torn. So it's been so that ligament part is not so bad because it will heal over time. But for the ankle part, I think they need to put a slate in, and they need to put a screws in as well to hold the bone in place. So it promotes to hold the bone together as well as to promote healing, and that will take me 6 weeks in a cast. And after 6 weeks, I'm able to walk. Well, I'll be limping apparently. So, and I will have to have physio and everything like that. So this is not like a one-time thing, it's like an ongoing thing. So if you can just remember me in your prayers whenever you pray, I would really appreciate it. I keep this prayer chain going because I believe in divine intervention, and this is one of it. Okay, so basically I just want to show you my foot has been wrapped up again by the nurse, so that to keep the warmth in, and so that my leg is continue being elevated, so that the blood will not rush to the toes, so that the swelling will go right down. The swelling has gone down so much compared to yesterday. It was like that for a few days, and I think on the 5th day I finally had my surgery in the morning. So I was so happy. It's finally. And so I was wheeled in, and then gave me a general anesthetic. Guess what? I actually done my surgery already. My surgery is all done already. So let me just show you quickly. It's toes a little bit pink because of the dye. So I have done my surgery. Okay, now everything happened so quickly this morning. So after my shower and everything, doctor came in at 7, and they said that your leg is looking good. The swelling has gone down a lot. You might not need to go to super clinic, so I don't need to transfer to a different hospital. They might free up a a slot for me this morning, and so I thought I would be like probably in the afternoon or something like that. And then in an hour or so, the doctor came back and told the nurse to prep me up for surgery. And everything would just happen so quickly. So I have to put my valuables aside, pack everything, just get ready for surgery. And off I went. And after 2 hours, it's done. I was at the ICU, or the place where I recover my after surgery. And when I woke up, I was very groggy. I was like coming off my is it anesthesia? I don't know how you pronounce that. It's a bit of a mouthful for me. So I woke up feeling very groggy, very tired, and my throat suddenly, it was hurting so bad. It's like a really bad sore throat, and apparently they have to put some breathing tube down my throat, and so it was really painful. But they gave me an ice block to suck, and that really like helped with the pain in my throat. And so it's done. Basically, it's done. And also, I woke up with apparently they numbed my leg, but it wasn't working very well, because I actually felt the pain as soon as I woke up. It was actually quite painful. My pain level was around like 7, 8. It was very painful. But they quickly gave me some pain relievers, like putting down my IV. They put some pain relievers, tramadol or something like that, down my IV, and like bit by bit until the pain sort of subside. And so came back to the ward, had my lunch. They gave me more medication, and all that. So it's pretty good. Everything went very smoothly. I think it's really because of your prayers, because I was actually, then I found out later that I was actually like one of the first patients in the morning to get the surgery done. So I think it's really because of your prayers, your support, your good vibes, or whatever that's been thrown at my direction. So thank you so much. Okay, so now I'm actually very tired. I just thought I'd give you a quick update. It happened so fast that I had no time to update anybody other than my husband, and he update the rest of my family members. But other than my friends, so I haven't been able to do that until I'm feeling a little bit better. I can actually do that. But now I'm just gonna head to sleep and have a rest right now. And then after the next day, they told me that I'm able to go home. Hey guys, I'm currently at the discharge lounge. I'm going home today. As you can see, I'm in my house clothes. So I'm going home today, and I can't wait to be on my bed in my house, my home. It's just so good to be home again, and I cannot wait to see the children. I think we're going to give them a surprise. I told them I'll be home. I told them that I'll be home in a couple of days, but they have no idea I'm coming home today. So I'm excited to see them as well. So it's been it's been the whole 6 days in the hospital, so almost a week. And now I'm in the discharge lounge. They need to free up the room quickly because there are people wanting to use the ward. So I'm sitting here, as you can see. There you go. And I'm currently having a cup of coffee. I'm gonna have sandwich and an apple, and as well my mushroom soup for lunch, like a mini lunch. So I go home, I don't have to trouble Peter with lunch, and at least I'm all good and sorted here. So it's not very appetizing or healthy, but you know what, it's something for me to keep going. And hopefully when I'm back home, I'll be able to have my salads. I'm really dying for a bowl of salad. So I went home and I told my husband, don't tell the kids that I'm coming home today, okay? I mean, it's meant to be a surprise. So if you can see in the next video, when I was on the bed, I was waiting for my children to come, and I surprised them. Okay. Hello. Hi. Why are you crying? Come Come here. Come here. Be careful, mommy's foot. Oh, hello. Careful, careful. Come here, come here. Come here. Ayo. Ayo. Oh, careful, mommy's leg. Hello, guys. Hi.
Happy now?
She's happy now. Careful, my leg. Hello, are you happy? Are you excited? Are you happy?
Your foot is red a bit.
Yeah. Oh, I miss you. I miss you guys. Oh, don't cry. Oh, are you crying? Hi, Micah. Why is your sister crying? Oh my God. Why are you crying? Why? Oh, don't cry, darling. Why? What's wrong? Oh, yo, don't cry. You can have my sushi if you want. You can share with Michael. I can't finish it too much.
I like that part. I want to have a drink of your drink.
My drink finished already. It's okay. Daddy's gonna make a nice shake today.
I like that.
Okay.
I like sushi.
Eat. Go call Michael. Share it, Michael.
Where's the seaweed?
Hannah, why are you crying? Why are you crying? Don't cry, dear.
Ever since we played on the playground at school, he started getting really upset.
Yeah.
I just couldn't calm him down.
Oh, it's okay.
I'm very happy that you're home.
Oh, were you surprised?
Is that your picture?
Yeah. Were you surprised? She stopped crying for a moment and she started crying.
Just looking at you.
Yeah, she did. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's okay.
Tomorrow you can have the dinners, the Chinese dinner.
Yeah, I could. Yeah. It's okay. All right, my darling. I'm home already. It's okay. So as you can see, my daughter was really upset. She was really missing me a lot. You know, she's been wanting to. She haven't seen me for a while. They've been really upset and what's happened, and my other kids as well. I forgot also to mention this point because remember I told you it was Mother's Day, just a couple of days Mother's Day. I had to spend Mother's Day in a hospital. I was in a hospital for 5 days. So Mother's Day I had nobody came to visit me except my husband because kids were not allowed to go into hospital because of the rising numbers of COVID patients. And so kids were not allowed to visit, and I was really sad because I really wanted to see my family and to see my kids. But instead, my husband came to see me and brought all the beautiful flowers, beautiful cards from my family, from my kids, and that warmed my heart so much. And because I'm missing them, I was doing face calls, FaceTime with them for every day, twice a day, once in the morning before they go to school and the second time before they sleep. So yeah, it's been quite a journey. It's been really quite a journey. So when I came back from the hospital, obviously I was in a cast. After we hit back in 2 weeks' time, I will have to go to the super clinic to get my cast done. Currently it's like this. And I'm going to get it like, I don't know, they're going to remove that cast, take out my stitches, and then put a new cast on. I don't know what kind of cast it is, but yeah, it's probably going to be like a proper cast, like a better looking one. So I have been in the cast for 6 weeks. I had support from support tools that has been covered by ACC in New Zealand. You know, they cover all the expenses for the support tools and everything for home, like a shower stool. I got a stool, then in the kitchen for me to do, so I can sit down and make some meals myself. I got crutches. I got a knee walker where I can move around easily, and all that has been funded by the government in New Zealand, which is great. So ACC is great. So and then I had to use how do I take a shower? I had to use it's like a plastic where I use to cover my cast, and it goes right all up to my thighs. So when I go shower, it all, it's really tight and the water can't get through my legs. So that's how I keep the cast dry. And after 6 weeks, I went back to the hospital, took off my cast, and I was in a moon boot for another month or so, I think. Or is it a month to 6 weeks? I can't remember. And then after that I started my physio, 1 to 2 months of physio. Since after I took off my cast, I started going for my physiotherapy for 6 weeks to 3 months, I think. And yeah, so much has happened, okay? And in between all that, I had so much problems going on with my teeth. I got a couple of extractions, a couple of fillings, and a root canal, which cost me like an arm and a leg in New Zealand. And I think that's because I haven't been to it's not anybody's fault but mine. I haven't been to the dentist for over 10 years. I would say at least 14 to 15 years since I actually had a proper dental checkup. So when I did go for my dental checkup, because of I was having a toothache, they found all these various problems with my teeth. So I've been going through so much physical challenges. It's just been crazy, been really, really crazy. So yeah, it's been a real journey for me. Above all that, I had lots of friends and family who really cared about me. I had help from the church that brought us meals for about a month or so, I think, or 2 weeks to 3 weeks of meals. Friends and family came to brought meals as well. I got a big hamper of food from my daughter's kindergarten. I think they felt so bad because I broke my ankle in their Mother's Day event. So the two teachers, Hannah's teachers, came to visit me in my home and gave me that nice hamper. And I felt so touched. I mean, throughout everything. I mean, I felt loved. I felt cared for, and it's been a real roller coaster ride. I had a big sale that happened in my physical product store. Apparently, this product is known around the world, but New Zealand is not as known in New Zealand. Unknowingly, there was a TV program that was advertising this product, and that's a product that I am selling in New Zealand, and I'm like the only distributor in New Zealand. Okay, so I mean, I've had sales, but I never had that kind of sales, that kind of traction. So because of that New Zealand TV advertising this product, I had lots of organic searches on this particular product that came out, and my website shows up the first because basically I'm the only person that's selling this in New Zealand. And I got lots and lots of organic sales, and people typing out, and that pushes my page right up to the first page of Google. And because of that, I had approximately about $21,000 of sales that month itself. It was really crazy. I had over 200 sales, and because of that, I was spending a few hours a day packing my products as soon as it came. I mean, I totally sold out of all my products, and yeah, so I spending too long packing, and it was putting a lot of pressure on my ankle, and I got the setback from that. And then I went back to physio, got me to do some more stretches, and that actually made it worse. And the next day I could not walk, I could not drive. I had to have 2 days of rest, my husband had to do it. And so my ankle has been going off and on, some good days, some bad days. If I put too much pressure on my ankle, I feel the pain, I feel the pressure on my ankle, and I wasn't able to walk. So if I do housework extended periods of time, the next day I just it's so sore and I can't do anything about it. So it has been lots of physical challenges, to be honest with you. But at the same time, I was able to, I got that big sale happen, which really helped me because I could not work for a long time. So, but that really helped me to cover all my expenses and everything else. Praise be to God, because I had no way, I was able to, cover that expense without that big sale that happened. So, God is good. He really is so good. He come through for my family, I don't know, time and again. He knows that I am not making any like proper income, because I was like I had to like have bed rest. I cannot like work extended periods of time at the computer, because you need to put your feet up, and it's quite hard to work, when it's quite hard to work with put your feet up near your desk. It's better for me to just sit down and lie down. That's my life in a nutshell for this year. And actually, after that setback, oh my gosh, I can't believe I don't want to be like to put your mood down, but this is real. And I just want to update you on what's happened this year, and why you haven't seen me much online. This is the reason why, okay? A few weeks ago, my family and I had COVID, so we had to be home for at least a week and a half. And yeah, so one after the other. So it's just been, but at the same time, God has been so good to us. God has been so gracious to us. So amidst our struggles, amidst our disappointments, and a lot of setback in our lives, we are still very joyful in between them all, because we have Christ in our lives. I think without Him, I don't think I'm able to still smile and be strong and keep going. I think I would have a mental breakdown already if I didn't have God in my life, to be honest with you. In the description below, I also leave a prayer that I've prayed. It's called a surrender novena. It's in my blog post, but I'm going to put it down there if you're interested to know. Because of my struggles in my life, I've been saying this prayer regularly, and it's been really helping me. God has been really coming through for me, and I had some breakthroughs, like the big sale that happened, and I have so many things that happen at the same time because of this prayer. It's like a miracle prayer. So if you're struggling in your life, I just want you to sit back and just like give it all to Jesus, and just like surrender everything to Him, because He's the only one that's able to save you and to come through for you, because He came through for me. You've known what I've already shared, how much that has happened to me, my family, and everything that's happened. But I think without Christ, I don't think I'm able to come through right now. So life has been hard, but God has been so good to us. So I'm so grateful for that. And basically, I'm going back to my physio again. I stopped because of COVID, but I'm going back next week. And just wanted to share more. I will share more in my next video, but I would like to just put it in here today. I'm getting into a new venture. That means I'm going to do something new with my business. I'm going to add in a design service that maybe a lot of people need. It's creating Shopify stores. So as you know, I have a online store for my Janice Designs printables, but I also have a physical product store on Shopify as well for my physical product business. So I have two businesses. They have been quite well. It's been quite good, and I have taken the $1 Million Shop course by Sarah Titus, and because of the course and because of my store being built for conversion, I think because of that, when people do come through, they convert really, really well. And I will share a little bit more in my next video in regards to that. And so if you guys are very interested to get my services in designing your store for you, your Shopify store for you, please feel free to click the link below and just to learn more about what it entails. Okay, so I think that's all for today. thank you so much for listening. I hope I haven't bored you going on and on with my problems, but that's not the reason why I came online today. I just want to come to tell you what has been happened in my life since I haven't been on YouTube for so long. And at the same time, I want to share the joy of having Christ in your life. That brings you so much hope, love, and joy, and so much peace at the same time. So remember, if you guys want to know more about this venture that I'm going to launch soon, do check it out. And I only have like 5 spots available. If there's more people that is interested, I'll open up the spots. But for now, I have only 5 spots available for a very amazing price. Get it for a really good discount to have your shop created for you, converting very well. And yeah, so there's more details below. I just don't want to spoil it for you. You guys can find out for yourself if you're interested. So that's all from me. I have to go out soon, so peace out. Bye now.